Hi, it's Randy Burke again, CEO of DCS Global. Happy to talk to you today about information sources in the cleaning industry and the support services that are there for you. Yeah, start right at the top. Consultants. I mean, third party really does have unique value. You're the client. Best interests at heart are there, and as I like to say, we see everybody's stuff. In that, again, with RFPs and inspections and all the things that we do for all the different clients and in all the different verticals, commercial, transit, um, healthcare, all of that. We have a balanced viewpoint and a vast industry knowledge, frankly. Um, and it's best actually if they're past service providers, that they've lived the life of your service provider. So not only do they understand the business, but they've got what I would call some empathy and some real understanding of what's possible. Sometimes, well, often there's lots of barriers in place that you may not even realize. Certainly, cost is typically one, but there are others. And so, how can a consultant understand the 360-degree issues that your service provider and you as a property or facility manager are facing? Yeah, and free advice for sure. I mean, call and ask questions. I don't know of any consulting service that doesn't appreciate that, and that's we're in the service business. But when you do actually get to looking at getting services from consultants, be really clear on the scope, and that's sometimes can be a challenge. So you're gonna have to spend some time, articulating your issues, and hopefully the consultant's going to play some options back to you, and get a really clear scope. Again, is important. But yeah, I mean, as consultants, we are charged with understanding all the different avenues of the cleaning business for our clients. So we need to keep in touch with technology, service providers, the contractors, or in-house groups, um, suppliers, manufacturers, technology providers. So it's our job to pull all that together and bring the best of that, or at least the answers, as best we can to you, or at least do the right research. And yeah, I mean, service guarantees, you've got to feel good about it. Or there's make goods if that happens. Sometimes it's just a poor scope or something else happens. So that is an important piece to understand, that you know most consultants guarantee their work. Certainly, manufacturers and distributors of chemicals, equipment, and technology, um, yeah, they're there and they want to serve you. Not quite as third party as sometimes you'd hope. Some are, but again, they're there to promote their product and their solution to the issue. So I always think it's good to go as high up as the organization as you can, to get advice. I think that's where you're going to get more mature, or at least people that have been in the industry longer, and they'll give you more of a rounded answer to your questions. And of course, it's by you know category, equipment, and technology is really growing quickly. So there's a lot of different types of technologies that you can bring into play to help manage, and of course, cleaning chemicals and such. So yeah, think of your issue specifically, but have an open mind because things are interrelated. So again, think of your service provider, think of the chemicals and equipment, think of your tenants, um, building users, all of that. And then, yeah, framing questions are important. We also suggest that you do talk to your service provider, um, as openly as you can, and they also, of course, have a vested interest to answer questions as best they can, and vouch look at their answers and see, do you need to go elsewhere? And certainly, for instance, certain chemical or equipment manufacturers, if they're going to provide samples and stuff, uh, dispensing systems, often there's a contract involved. But when you engage your service provider, I always feel that you want to prepare them. Give them as much information ahead of time. As much face to face is often way better in your building, showing them the issue or explaining the issues. You've got to understand that they've got to maintain um, a persona and an image for their company. So sometimes, they're not going to be as forward as you might expect about their issues. Everyone's got staffing issues. Everyone's got budgets they must follow. Management is extremely busy at times. They're spread thin at times. So, you know, um, again, some things they're not going to admit their own mistakes as much as you might expect, and that's just human nature. And so I like to say trust and verify. So certainly look at the information you're getting from anybody, but yeah, cross section it with other people that are in the business, and as I say, kind of play the field a little bit. The International Sanitary Supply Association, a great resource. Um, we like to call them, they're kind of the Goliaths of the cleaning industry. Um, they, their members are manufacturers and distributors, principally those of chemicals and equipment and technology. And then associate members are service providers and people like us. So they are in the education business. They are in the training business. Just go on their website and have a look. They've got several certifications that are valid. They're a buying group for certain items. So they really are a good resource, and there's a ton on their website. So do go check it out. That's kind of it. We tried to make this as factual and as short as we could, but we're going to get it a little shorter. We're going to do an industry solution series. So there are a lot of common problems in the industry, and we're just going to say, okay, what's the issue? How might what's the problem? How might you solve it? And what does good look like? And those are going to be a series of presentations, 2 minutes or less, on common problems. So look forward to that. And yeah, we really enjoyed this series of presentations. As you can see, get on YouTube and feel free to call our team. And we just thank you for your kind attention.